Now in this video, I'm going to show you some strategies on how you can qualify for this Visa Flagship credit card from Navy Fed. Now this is Navy Fed's premium credit card that has a credit limit that goes all the way up to $80,000. Now, if you want to find out the strategies on how you can qualify for this card, even with bad credit, stay tuned to the video. Subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell for more credit information. Hey everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. I wanted to bring you this video on how you can qualify for the Navy Federal Flagship credit card. Now that credit card is Navy Federal Premium credit card that has a credit line that goes all the way up to $80,000. Now, if you are new to my channel, consider subscribing to my channel. If you like content that will help you no matter where you are in your credit journey, make sure you subscribe to the channel and do me a favor, give this video a thumbs up. It helps the algorithm. Also, keep in mind, you guys, to be careful in the comment section because there are scammers, people using my photo. Make sure if I reply back to that question, you click on the photo to make sure the subscriber base that's there on their channel matches mine. Okay, if not, it's not me. I will never send you to a WhatsApp or anything else, and I'm not doing consultations, so you know from the door that is not me. If you have questions that's personal, submit it to my website and it goes directly to my cell phone and I will be answering your question. Also, while you're at my website, you guys can get a free heart inquiry removal package and you just download that and that's free for everyone. I also started a business and finance channel teaching on how you can get multiple streams of income. I learned all this credit stuff from doing businesses, you guys. I started at 21 as a single mom. I became a landlord and bought a multifamily property and my second one at 25. So that's how I learned how to do this, by making streams of revenue. So if you want to know how to do that different ways, subscribe to that channel. The link will be in the description of this video and in the pinned comment section. So let's jump into the video. Navy Federal is the largest credit union in the United States, and it was started for those that are active service and those that are connected to the military. Now, you can become a member of Navy Federal and not be actually directly serve for the military. There's other, or be a veteran in any kind of way or retired from the military. I have a video I made on backdoor ways where you become a member to Navy Federal. But in order to qualify for this card, you have to be a member. So I will leave that video in the link of the description so you can have a way to join Navy Federal. But you're going to have to be a member to qualify for that card. Now, once you're a member, what you're going to do, and I'm going to put this video in the link in the description, you want to pre-qualify for that card. You're going to go through your personal, your savings account or checking account when you do that in order to go through the pre-qualify process. I have a step-by-step tutorial on how to pre-qualify with Navy Fed. So once you get to the pre-qualification, you want to see what cards you pre-qualify for. Now, they're going to pre-qualify you via a soft pull. Now, what that means, pre-qualification, they're only going to do a soft pull on your credit report. But whether you get the card or if you don't get the card, if you go through with the application, it will result in a hard pull. That is how the majorities of pre-qualifications or pre-approvals work. They want to see if you fit into their credit profile. So they give you the soft pull pre-qualification, and that's an indicator to you. You're the kind of customer they're looking for. So when that pre-qualification come up, if you are a person that is shown the flagship, to pre-qualify for, and you know you have a solid credit score, no issues, go ahead and apply for it. But you always want to use the late night hack, and I'm going to tell everyone to make sure it's after 12 a.m. midnight before you qualify, okay? Before you pull the trigger to try to apply for that card. And not qualification, I meant to apply for that card. And the reason why I say that, people ask questions, is normally at 10 p.m., but a lot of people say, what? Eastern Standard Time, is it Central Time? So just to be safe, you guys, just do it at 12 a.m. Anytime after that, your time. You'll fit into that time, okay? So do that to be safe. Now, once you do that, if you had pre-qualified for that card and you got that card, that is great. And what that means, that in order for you to get this card, you're going to have to, at minimum, be qualified or approved for a $5,000 credit limit. For this card, the minimum that they will give you is $5,000. So that is the magic number, and keep that in mind. But it goes up all the way to $80,000. But the minimum would be a $5,000 credit line. But if you are not shown this card, the premium card, what you want to do, you want to apply, if you're going to apply, for what the options they are showing you, okay? Now, Navy Federal, and this is where the bad credit come in. Navy Federal use a FICO 9, okay? So if you are a person who has bad credit due to medical bills, there are a lot of people that have that. Navy Federal do not take medical bills in account when they qualifying you. A FICO 9 credit score do not factor in medical bills. Normal and majority of financial institutions, those that are trying to give you a loan, if you're trying to get some kind of credit, majority of them use a FICO 8, which does factor in medical bills. So if you having trouble or bad credit because of that, Navy Federal will not consider that. So when you are applying, you want to go for the card that is pre-qualifying you. So they have the Gold Rewards, Cash Rewards, the Platinum, and the Secured. So you want to stay in those options, okay? So if you apply for those cards and you get over a $5,000 credit line, what you can do is just hold on and pause, because what you can do, even if you didn't have the premium credit in order to get this, because usually with this card, it's going to be a 680 credit score and up. Okay, so if you didn't meet those requirements, if you wasn't getting a pre-approval, if you know that your credit is below that 680, but you got beyond that $5,000 credit limit, what you do is in a year, they have a rule where you can do a product change. And so what you can do is just upgrade to this card when that account is a year old. Or if you have other Navy Federal credit cards and it's over a $5,000 credit card limit, and you have trouble or bad credit, but it's over that 5,000 or at that 5,000, you can go ahead and do a product change and get this card without a hard inquiry. You can just get the card without a hard inquiry. So you can obtain this card with bad credit as long as that credit line is at or above a $5,000 credit limit. Now, say if you don't have a large line of credit, a $5,000 credit limit, you have two options. Once you add it on that credit card, and apparently your credit score, if it's not like a 680, is under a 700 credit score, anytime you add unsecured lines of credit, you will see an increase in your credit score on average of 50 points. Now, here's what's important. You got to make sure that all your open active accounts is current, because if it's not current, then it will not increase your credit score by adding on lines of credit. You want to bring that up. And if you get anything new, negative, just so happen to report at the same time after you got approved for that card, you won't see the increase in your credit score. But if you already have collections, charge-offs, those kind of items, those negative items, and it already hit your credit report, those items, even staying on your credit report by adding unsecured lines of credit, you'll see your score go up. Okay. So what your strategy would be at that point is adding on unsecured lines of credit. But if you don't have that $5,000 credit line, you don't have those, the lines of credit that you want to go for is furniture account credit. Okay. And you'll say, Sherry, why that? Furniture account credit, like, let's take, for instance, I got a Garden and White credit card. That's a furniture store, and other furniture stores, those kind of issuers is going to be Synchrony Bank, many a times, Community Bank, and they are much easier to get those lines of credit because they qualify you with a lower credit score. But with furniture stores, they tend to give you a larger line of credit because furniture stores want you to buy their furniture. And you're not going to be able to buy their furniture with a $500 credit limit. So they tend to give you larger lines of credit. And it might only report for their store. It might only be for their store, but it don't matter. It's an unsecured line of credit. And the way banks works like this. They give you a line of credit dictated on the last bank on what they give you a line of credit. Okay. And the reason why they work like that, because they know it takes time to build up trust from a banking institution to give you a line of credit. And to build up that line, you only be able to apply every 6 months for a credit increase. But the way you can leapfrog that is by going to furniture stores and getting those unsecured lines of credit. And they give you larger lines because, like I said, furnitures are big ticket items, so they give you a larger line of credit. Now, by doing that, and getting that larger line of credit, what you can do, if once you add that on, you should see another increase of at least on average 49 points, close to 50 points. If you're over that 680 credit score, you can see after 91 days, can you pre-qualify again? Okay, because that resets every 91 days. So see if you pre-qualify again and see if the flagship is coming up. If the flagship is not coming up, you can also, now that you got that larger line of credit, apply for another Navy Fed credit card, because you can apply for another Navy Fed credit card every 91 days. They have a 91-3 rule. 91 days or 3 statements, bank statements, you can apply for another credit card. And now that you added that larger furniture account, you should see with that new card, you should get a larger line of credit. Now, here's the key. Once you reached over with that new line of credit over that $5,000 or at that $5,000 mark, you can do a product change. So the way the product change work at Navy Federal, you can change a credit card or change that product, but they have made some adjustments in the rules that now you have to wait a year for that count to be old. So if you're a person that already have a credit card with Navy Federal and that account is over a year old, and for this card, not with the other cards, but for this card, it has to be at least over a $5,000 credit limit. You can switch that card out. So What you're going to do is do a product change to this card. But always remember, you at least have to have at bare minimum a $5,000 credit line in order to do so. So by adding on those other positive lines of credit and a larger line of credit, if you're a person that has smaller credit lines, you should, with the other cards, be able to get a card that is at or over that $5,000 mark. Now, if you currently got a card with Navy Federal, and if you say, well, what I'm going to do, I'm close to it, I got a $3,000 credit line, you also have the option to apply for that card a credit line increase. Now, that will result in a hard inquiry. Even applying for a new card will result in a hard inquiry. But the good part about the product change, it does not result in a hard inquiry. So if you are a person, you saying, I'm close to that, or even if you have a card, you can first then try to go for the credit line increase. But if you're, at a secured credit card or just converted out of the secured card, Navy Federal is known to be generous for bigger credit lines. But if you don't have one and your line is smaller, $1,000, I suggest you go for that furniture account, credit card account, because now furniture stores majority use in revolving lines of credit. So you can go ahead and get a larger line of credit report into your credit report. And like I said, in 30 days, when that report or whenever that report, you should see an increase in your credit score. And then you go back for the pre-qual. All right. So hopefully that is helpful to you guys on those strategies on how you can qualify for the Navy Federal Flagship credit card. So whatever categories you fall into as I went through this video, you make sure that you apply that strategy to achieve this credit card. And from there, this card goes all the way up to $80,000. I wish 100. I was about to say 180,000, but I wish, but to $80,000. And with Navy Federal, that's going to be the highest limit, and you're going to have this card to do so in order to get the biggest line of credit that they're offering. So those are the strategies that you can apply. So if you guys have any questions, you can put it in the comment section. Or if you have a deeper question that you need for me to address, go to my website and I will address it as soon as possible. And I hope to see you